Hi, Aquarius. Thanks for joining me. I'm Cal. This is Working with Resonance. We are doing a relationship read for you right now. We're going to be looking at you, your partner or your person, and the connection overall for the next 4 to 6 weeks. And then we're going to be looking a little bit more detail what's happening for you, what's happening for your person, and what's happening for the connection. Let's just jump straight in to your overall energies for the next 4 to 6 weeks. Gemini, we have the Eight of Wands and the Three of Discs. So the Three of Pentacles. You've got some news coming. That's something that you have been trying to bring together is manifesting in form. The initial manifestation of it is coming in the next 4 to 6 weeks. You could be getting some messages from some animal guides as well for you, Aquarius. And there's cycles presenting here as well. So this might not be the first time that you've tried to bring this into form, but this is the time that it is coming into form. And it could be coming in quite quickly for you, Aquarius. Let's have a look at the overall energies for your person. We have the Nine of Discs. And we have Temperance. They're not so much externally focused. There's a really strong inner focus coming through here. But at the same time, they are manifesting some abundance, stability, security over the next 4 to 6 weeks. Saturn is impacting them. The energies, the frequencies that Saturn retrograde in Pisces will be bringing to the surface. So some of this gain or some of this return on investment with the Nine of Pentacles could be definitely from something from the past, even as much back as 15 or 20 years. So Saturn is currently retrograde in Pisces, and it is purging all of the residues from the last 20 years. If you're interested in more information on that, the September energy outlook will help you. It is this inner focus here, this alignment, this almost inner union that is presenting here that's really got the focus. It's a really strong inner focus. I'm really curious to see how for your person the energies are unfolding throughout the next 4 to 6 weeks, and we'll have a look at that in a little bit. But the way that it's presenting initially is this kind of newfound, very new experience of balance, all elements, all aspects in balance and flow. So it will be interesting to see how that is coming through in the rest of the reading, but that really feels like their main focus overall. For the connection, we have the Ten of Wands, and we are stepping into a new beginning here. So The purpose for the connection as it has been previously is coming to a close, and it is now stepping into or moving into, evolving into a new phase, one that is much more aligned with essence, with truth, with spirit, with soul. You put your label on it, but the focus here is the Two of Wands, talking about alignment and all of the distortion. Yeah, illuminated. All of the distortion, the residues are being transmuted and released. Very, very beautiful. There is still a lot of underlying passion here. There is still a lot of sense of purpose, except the purpose is really changing. That focus of the connection. So the focus of the two of you together, whether this is romantic or work or friend or family, whatever the relationship dynamic is, there is a new synergy presenting, and the focus of the relationship is changing. It is changing. This may be what you've been trying to bring in to being, but you're going to start seeing the signs of manifestation of as your overall energy. It does kind of feel like your focus more on them, more so than work or your own creativity. It does feel like you have a very strong external focus on them coming into this time, whereas their kind of focus is more internal. And it's not really here presenting as like a selfish, that you could put the label of selfishness on here. They may have presented that way in the past, or you may have interpreted that in the past. But I really kind of feel like there's a revelation here, but we'll see. All right, let's have a look at you in a little bit more detail, Aquarius. We've got the Queen of Wands. We've got the Three of Cups, the Seeker, Five of Cups, King of Cups, Temperance, the Empress, and the Nine of Pentacles. Beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Truly. Queen of Wands and the Three of Cups here. You have a moment at least, or a glimpse of resonance. Just beingness. Alignment with your purpose, your passion, your sensuality. And just allowing it to flow, not controlling it from the thinking mind. Three of Cups is feeling the connection, definitely. Unconditional love. There's no questioning, there's no doubt, it's just allowed to be. Questioning comes later in this journey. But for the most part, at the beginning, over this next 7 to 10 days, you are very alive. Yeah, it feels very, very alive. And I'm not sure what the trigger is, but then you do start to question. Yes, potentially the residues that are being brought to the surface with all of the cosmic frequencies or universal energies at this time. But there is a lot of inner reflection presenting here for you, and a different perspective on something that has happened in the past. Some action that you've taken, or jumping to conclusions, or not having all the information and making assumptions from This is presenting here for reevaluation from a different perspective. New levels of understanding, new levels of awareness, and new levels of consciousness. It is a little bit of a dip into the emotional body. Yes, but it's presenting here that there is some self-compassion and also communicating quite clearly how you feel, what the experience was like for you. This is not coming from an emotional space. This is coming from a very objective space. Strong temperance, balance. The sharing of the experience, your side of things, could be very emotional, but it is cathartic, is how it's presenting. It is healing. It's like shedding the weight, the heaviness that has been carried in regards to whatever the Five of Cups is referring to. So that is some kind of a regret over past actions. Generally, there's a lot of clarity presenting for the situation itself as a whole. Free from the storylines and narratives, it's just kind of like a whole new perspective coming through. So there's a lot of self-love here. Yes, there is a lot of self-love here, self-forgiveness as well, and really taking care of yourself, Aquarius, the Empress, and the Nine of Pentacles. So you're skipping the Queen of Pentacles here because the Nine is the Queen before she becomes Queen. In manifesting this alignment, this resonance that you have at the beginning of this 4 to 6 week period, you are manifesting your soul in form, your essence, your truth, your authenticity in form, with a level of personal freedom, it feels, disconnecting from the external, from the focus on the external, from the focus on money, from the focus on trying to accumulate things into much more of grace, gratitude, space, and trusting. There's some level of awareness of the evidence of your own experience, potentially whatever this is that's coming into form. That everything is okay, everything is provided for. Really, all you need to do is sit in the resonance of happiness, what it is that you want to align with, and you are bringing that into form, which is quite. We were talking about revelation before, but for you, it feels like this is something new. This is a very new experience of working with the resonance rather than working from the thinking mind and trying to control and have contingencies and make sure all bases are covered so that you feel stable and secure. Right. Let's have a look at your person, Aquarius. Two of Swords. The Fool. Eight of Swords. Crossroads. The Star. Nothing wants to show itself today. The Ten of Pentacles. The Eight of Cups and the Hierophant. Interesting. It kind of feels like your person here is trying to break free of the shoulds and shouldn'ts from the acquired beliefs and values, from the rules as they have been taught them. They have a little glimpse of the freedom here. They have a little glimpse of their essence, their truth. with the Two of Swords then being met by, just don't worry about it. I can't please everyone. I'm just need to allow myself to be myself and enjoy life. It feels that they have this moment of, I don't know if you'd call it awareness, or it almost feels like it's just like, I damned if I do and damned if I don't. So I'm just not going to do anything other than just do the things that bring me happiness, but not at the same time, because the Fool is just open to it, open to whatever comes. That doesn't last long. That experience for them of being in their essence. So this experience that they're having is not from the thinking mind. It's not them running off and doing something drastic like buying a Ferrari or whatever. It's not that kind of do what makes me happy. This is a much more soul level, essence, source level beingness. And it's a very new and unique experience for them, and it does feel like it's very much tied to this then inner focus of being in alignment, being in balance, being in flow. Because when they kind of resurface from that glimpse of beingness, they come back into the reality, and it's like everything I do, I'm just blocked. I can't be free. I can't follow my heart in that way. I can't just flow because there are things that I have to do. There's rules, there's regulations, there's shoulds, there's shouldn'ts, there's requirements. People are relying on me. So I can't just be. I can't just flow. I can't stay in that space of awe and wonder and living with the Eight of Swords. This is causing them to question. Yes. It is causing them to question, because that moment, that glimpse of a path that felt really aligned, or that beingness, it feels like it's just an impossible dream. Impossible dream. It's not going to stop them from wishing and hoping with the Star and trying to get back into that space of awe and wonder and flow and beingness. And that little bit of resonance, just like that little bit of resonance for you at the beginning of this period, their actual resonance comes much closer to the end of the 6, maybe to the 8-week period. And that is going to change their life, their current manifestation, so their reality. 10 of Pentacles, that timeline is coming to a close. And that is tying in with this shift in the connection, as is your transformation that is unfolding here, Aquarius, as is yours. So at the end of this period, or the scope of this reading, your person is kind of emotionally reacting, it feels, to the shoulds and shouldn'ts and the rules and regulations and the constructed reality. Everything that they've been taught, all of these things that they've sort of identified as holding them back or preventing them from what they experience here in the beingness. in the full frequencies. This stuff here, they are turning their back on, and it really kind of feels like they're learning, even just spontaneously, how to move into the space in between, which is where they can feel that resonance. They can reconnect with the beingness. And that then allows them to feel the resonance more easily in the body. And that is what brings that shift in the manifestation. So for them, it's not showing that their actual manifestation has actually changed. It's just initiated the change. Whereas your unfolding here is definitely showing that there is a shift in your manifestation. So let's have a look at the connection, see what is going on there and where your points of connection are. We've got the Six of Swords, we've got the Knight of Spheres, the Seven of Wands. Oh, passion. The Knight of Wands. So definitely a reignition of passion between you, and it is full body tingles coming through. Two of Wands in its most incredible source aligned form. Just amazing. Just amazing. It's almost taking my breath away. All right, Aquarius. So the Six of Swords, we start the connection. The connection is following its divine path here. And really, it is presenting here for both of you that you are both having, at different timings, an experience of full resonance with your essence. You are much more intensely having that experience, but your person is also having that experience and will re-experience, and it will become much more innate for both of you, but particularly for your person, because it really just feels like they're just stepping on to their path, just having the awakening. Knight of Spheres, there is a reevaluation here. It feels longevity of this connection that really gets you through this point at which you're really questioning and they're having their moment of, I don't want to do this anymore as far as life goes. Definitely not presenting here as any instability in the connection itself. The Knight of Spheres is definitely very grounded, very, very grounded energy coming through here. What's happening though is the physicality, the constructs around which or from which this connection was formed. So this is really followed, I guess, the rules, the regulations, the storylines and narratives, the concepts, paradigms around relationship and around the roles within relationship and how that flows. So there is this spiritual transformation, a spiritual transformation of the connection coming through. This Seven of Wands is really interesting coming through for this connection for you, Aquarius, because it's almost, home. The focus is on protecting your sacred space of the connection, and both of you are engaged in that. It's like, this is our bubble and we are transforming within that bubble, and we don't need any outside interference or influence. And that is talking about family, friends, but it's also talking about the release of the acquired beliefs and values that have really gotten in the way of the depth of the connection. And ending the 4 to 6 weeks is the reignition of passion. Indeed, Aquarius. So overall, this 4 to 6 week period is quite an evolution, both as individuals and in the connection, and the connection then moving into a new phase. So there's like a reactivation of passion coming through for you over the next 4 to 6 weeks. There you go, Aquarius. That is your reading for this time around. I do hope that it helps in some way. Sending you lots of love. I'll see you again soon.